Dear friends, good evening. My name is Wei Hu. As a committee member of Chinese Students and Scholars Association, ACSSZ, I would like to represent our organization, the organizer of this event. Warmly welcome you to the Swiss-China Cooperation Forum 2009. Welcome. First, please allow me to thank all of you for coming to Swiss-China Cooperation Forum 2009. Our traditional Chinese New Year is also very near. Representing the Organization Committee of Swiss-China Cooperation Forum 2009, I would also like to wish you happiness and prosperity in the Year of Ox. This is the first time we organize such a forum in Zurich to provide a platform where organizations and interested people can meet, talk, and hopefully initiate effective collaborations on issues in Swiss-China cooperation. For this purpose, the focus of the forum this year is on introducing key players of Swiss-China cooperation in aspects of science, technology, culture, and education. Today, as we can see, many friends associated with ACSSZ and the Chinese community in Zurich and neighboring regions have come to this forum with your strong interest in Swiss-China cooperation. Particularly, we are very pleased to have important guests from several organizations coming to this forum to share with us their experiences, knowledge, and vision on Swiss-China cooperation. Please now let me introduce them to you. Our guests with Swiss background are the Executive Director of Swiss Tech Shanghai, Ms. Flavia Schlegel. And the CEO of ATH Alumni Association, Dr. Peter Brunner. And the Head of Alumni Relations in ATH Alumni Association, Dr. Danina Schlinkendorf. From Swiss Chinese Association, we have the President of SCG, Dr. Thomas Wagner. And the Vice President of SCG, Ms. Wei Hu. And also Vice President of SCG, Mr. Yuli Metz. And from ATH Zurich, the Head of International Institutional Affairs, Dr. Margaret Newcott. Welcome. And the participants from the participating organization representatives from Chinese background are the Vice Consul General of Consulate General of China in Zurich, Mr. Fan Hua Zeng, Zeng Fanhua Lishi. And the Vice President of Chinese Association of Science and Technology in Switzerland, Dr. Zheng Hua Feng, and President of Chinese Life Science Forum Zurich, Mr. Wei Fan Wei. And the President of Association of Chinese Students and Scholars in Zurich, ACSSZ, Mr. Ming Wu. I'd like to briefly mention that it is Mr. Wei Wu. Without his initiation and encouragement, this forum will never probably happen. So we really thank him for his enthusiasm and support. And also I'd like to mention that this forum was based on one of our earlier discussions with Ms. Flavia Schlegel. So after that, when we started to prepare this forum, we also thank her very much. Thanks to all the participation organizations. We look forward to learning more about your organization through our forum this evening. Now we'll start this the major talks of the forum. I would like to mention the forum will be hosted by ACSSZ committee members, Tang Jiayi, Yin Jia, and I. Every talk will be about 20 minutes. After each talk, there will be 0 minutes of interaction. So please feel free to ask any questions of your interest to the speakers' observations. I would also like to mention that there will be ample time after the forum during an apéro, which is kindly and generously sponsored by ETH Zurich Association, ETH Alumni Association, sorry. I'm sure we will have plenty of opportunity in the apéro to interact with each other for better communication on Swiss-China cooperation. Now, we will start with our first speaker. I'm very pleased to introduce Ms. Barbara Schlegel to all of you. I think most of you have heard about Swissnet Shanghai and Ms. Barbara Schlegel as its executive director. Now we are very pleased to have the opportunity to hear more from Ms. Schlegel on her talk, Swissnet Shanghai, one more step for single Swiss cooperation in science, technology, and innovation. Ms. Schlegel.
Good to be here, and I'd like to thank the Association for Chinese Students and Scholars in Zurich for the invitation. In particular, I'd like to thank the two gentlemen who have already been mentioned, Wei Hu and Wei Hu, for inviting me. It was actually at an event at Swissnex Shanghai when Ming approached me and asked me whether I would like to collaborate with their organization, and my first reaction was, what organization? I wasn't aware at that time yet that this great organization existed in Switzerland. And within this 2-month relationship has developed, which is really dear to me and which I think is great and efficient work doing, and I'm looking forward to collaborate with you more, maybe also on the next Science Forum next year or upcoming years. I'd like to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about the background and the mandate of Swissnex Shanghai, as it might not be known to all of you, and also talk a little bit about the collaboration we're looking forward to between Swissnex and the Association of the Chinese Scholars here. I would like to show you this picture. This is the opening of Swissnex Shanghai. It was a very important day for us. It was the day before the opening of the Olympic Games, so we were really happy to be sort of like in the forefront of this great event in China. I show you this picture also because it has some meaning to me, because it shows representative from the Chinese government with Madame Wu Qidi. It shows representatives from Chinese Science and Technology with Mr. Jiang Mian, the president of CAS Shanghai. But it also shows the representatives of Swiss government with the state, the Secretary of State, with the General Counsel in Shanghai, and last but not least also representatives of the Swiss University with Gerhard Schmidt from ETH Zurich and Mr. Fischer from the university. So it shows what Swissnex is all about. It is actually an initiative by the government to foster collaboration between science and technology of China and Switzerland. The background, just to explain a little bit why there is a Swissnex. The Swiss government has decided a few years ago that science is a priority in Swiss foreign policy. As we have mountains and we have chocolate and everything else, but really our